All right, it is T1 versus Fly. It's NA's time to shine. We get into it. Got first pick Senna. They're going to be looking for the Senna Kench. Varus is still up. That's a big pick for them. Probably one of the better AD carries available. They banned the Urgot on T1 side. They're scared of the Weeble Urgot. Now we'll see what they go into. FlyQuest can go for. They can go Talia. They can go Zir. They can go Ori. They've been big on picking Jensen's pick on the number 2, so save it for the counter pick. You kind of already know you're going to be against Kench, but looks like they're going to save their support pick till later. Zir or Talia are both really good here. Probably one of the best 1-2-3s you can get for T1 though. And they go to Renata, so FlyQuest comp, they really need to win through bot lane. Renata's like not the most punishing support, but she usually does pretty well against these melee supports. So we'll see if there ends up being a 4-pick Sejuani like there was earlier this week. That's been good. Or if they go into maybe picking a Viego's up, Xin Zhao is up, something like that. The Wukong has also been something that's been banned a lot. I'm not the biggest Wukong fan. I think it's a little bit slow, but something you can pick. I think Graves is not the pick because 4 range champs, if you ever fall behind, just kind of auto lose. And it also doesn't really have any synergy with Orianna, so the mid 2v2 isn't even strong. So I'm not the biggest fan, but it also, I know that Weeble does play Graves. So maybe this is some headshot 4-5 Graves pick where they end up flexing it top. Viego's also up here. Easy Viego take. They could go Renekton or Zac or the boy Ornn. I don't know. I don't think you can play Graves into Ornn, mostly because there's no way you can actually pressure the Ornn. But maybe, I don't know. Weepo's kind of crazy. He could go like Gragas. Zac is also fine. I just don't really know how much pressure you're gonna have on him. T1's comp is super safe, super standard, has good early game, but also, sorry, has good late game, but also doesn't really get blown out early game because none of the lanes on FlyQuest side are really that strong except for maybe Varus. But the problem is the Varus wants to go attack speed, because if you go lethality versus Tahm Kench and Ornn, you're probably gonna be useless unless you have monster ahead. So we'll see. I mean, I think T1 draft pretty insane right now. Both top and mid are very, very farm heavy matchups. It's hard to like get an actual advantage. The bot lane has this double counter pick, so they really need to be the kind of the ones actually getting a lead and generating dragons for them, and hopefully getting invades, because the Graves does need to get ahead of the Viego, and he does farm fast, so that can work. Lawsuits, or they seem really confident on FlyQuest, so I think they should just fight. Surprised they let him walk in there. Big trades on top. Zeus doesn't have second wind, which actually matters quite a bit, especially in like tank matchups, because it's hard to kill each other and you're probably just chunking each other a lot, like with grasp autos and small abilities, so not having the extra sustain might end up mattering. He's going for it. He's still level 1 though. Zeus miscounting the creeps, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it looked like Zeus was doing really well in the level 1, but not counting the creeps, not playing for push. And he's going to be getting shoved in, and I think we both got a good handle on this. Now, will he build anti-heal? I know the old matchup for Ornn, you would build the Executioner's Calling as Ornn against the Zac, so you can kind of maximize your lane winning skills. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Going for the dive here. He's level 3 now. What, did they get him? Oh, nice. Now Bottle needs to be careful, because they need to ward for this gank right here. I'm surprised they're already not warding, just to make sure that they don't go into his blue side. But they need to back off now. Protect his blue buff. Guys. Nice. Good Q by BCO. Both top laners TP'd already, but Weepo's getting traded on quite aggressively. I don't... Wow, Bwipo really messed up because he TP'd back with the kill, and he must have overfought. Because now there's a, I mean, he just has to recall. Graves on the bot side, he can't stay top. He's gonna lose a lot of CS, and he's kind of just tossed his lead a little bit. Oh no, he's gonna get dove. He can't stay. Not without the passive. He might be able to chunk him a lot here. Oh, Bwipo, what are we doing, man? We died the top laner, and yet we're getting zoned and getting completely losing a ton of experience top. I don't know what this is. Oh no. I think Bwipo kind of made a game-losing play doing that, getting overchunked there. Only Jensen is the bastion of hope for the FlyQuest team right now, and he's even doing poorly. And this is what happens sometimes, especially playing against these Eastern teams. Is the laning phases are, you know, when you're watching the LCS, or sorry, when you're watching the LCK, you know, everyone's just farming and everyone's just even. But when you're playing them yourself, these guys are really, really good, and they're really good in lane. So you don't get to get away with some of the mistakes you make in LCS and just be able to farm. You know, pulling out the grubs here. They have the Senna move. I think these are just going to be free. Top push, Senna move. Maybe Inspired can steal one, but he has no flash, so he has to be extremely careful about going in here. They see him on a ward. Faker looks like he might be able to shuffle him.
But Inspired actually goes over a ward, so Faker knows he's not going to, you know, drop anything.
Inspired taxing the mid wave. Just giving Jensen a reset. I think the passive is down still, so let's see if they can get the kill. This is a huge way to lose. Good combo. I think he's just dead. Oh. Wow, I will say, Bwipo getting absolutely owned by Zeus was not really something I think. I thought that Zeus is a better player for sure, but this is kind of just complete GG. All this stems from just the fact that Bwipo TP'd back and he overfought on the wave. I'm not even sure he needed to TP in general when after they got the dive on top, but it's that one over trade into not resetting. He should have just taken the reset at level 3, of course. This is the other thing. When you're playing the Varus lane and you're playing lethality, the laning phase is so much weaker because you don't have that guaranteed poke damage, and you're just so much more reliant on hitting wave and getting prio than you are on being able to chunk them out. And so this can happen where you don't have the same level of pressure and you end up not being able to get a lead. Does Zeus doesn't have ulti for a little bit longer, but he's getting the freeze. Damn, the trades are really quite good, but he is able to sustain. He does have the passive now. Graves is looking for the top dive. Really good damage. They did have to use that though. Ornn does have ulti though to really kill the wave. Oh, it's just tough. I mean, really good try, but Graves is such a bad champ at diving. Graves is just such a bad champ at diving, and he's also so far behind, and the Senna ulti, like, I mean, you probably have to do something, and I feel bad for Inspired. He actually just can't do anything in this game. But this is just looking like a T1 stomps from laning phase, and they're playing a comp that's going to outscale, so I don't really know if there's any chance that FlyQuest comes back. Damn, the Senna damage is just too insane. Senna's like virtually 1v2ing this lane. He has 50 souls already. 50 souls on Senna.
Teleport comes in.
It's Faker TPing. Oh, it's both of them. Poor Jensen. Oh, poor Jensen. He's the only person playing even right now, and he gets double TP'd on. What can you do as FlyQuest? The question is now, do you really want to fight the dragon? If we give the Drake, I'm not sure we're able to actually get the win con in time. When can we come back? top is probably the biggest gap right now. You could still win a fight on the bot side if you could get Blade, but man, Master's so close to Blade. That would be so big for the fights. Faker does have Nashers, but he doesn't have Flash, so it's not as scary. I think if you don't just go for the Drake fight and try to outplay with your Suns, I think it's probably time to just roll over. Graves is in a good spot. Faker's a little bit chunked. It looks like they want to fight. Oh, Lucio. I think that even if they hit that, it's so useless. This is the problem when you're playing the 4 range champs. Like, how do you even start fights? If you can't just win a fight with your range advantage, then you're just kind of doing nothing.
There we go onto Jensen. I mean, this is why the matchup slaps so hard. Faker goes all in. Owner's there to
Damn.
support. And it's never just Faker, is it?
Graves, how do they know?
By his side, whether it's Carrier, whether it's Owner, and Inspired now getting the full face of the medal as well. Licky tongue in action, and Inspired flashing away to survive away from Divyushi, but he's over the
Oh no, Boosie has no flash.
Busio up next. He's silent. He goes into hostile mode.
It's a pentakill. Oh, it's a pentakill. It's that's over as can be. Okay, let's see. I think the big thing to think about is how did Mad lose in 1647? I think that's all you gotta ask yourself at this point. Kobe's even talking about the 1647 thing.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think that's our number 1 goal, right?
I mean, this game is mega giga ultra over right now. But great play by T1. I mean, they're just not only are they winning the matchups, they're winning their matchups, and they're also like making positive plays, not just getting. Because if you like winning matchups is good, but you need to progress the game. Being up like 10 or 15 CS doesn't really matter. It's all about getting kills, getting objectives, getting control. I think something to take away though is I thought that bot lane was gonna get completely owned, and yeah, bot lane didn't do very well. You know, and maybe they need to reassess the bot lane matchup, but I thought bot lane was just gonna be a complete liability. What happened to Bwipo top is what I thought that was gonna happen bot lane. The fact that they did okay, I mean, they didn't win, and I mean, they could have done better, but compared to top, I think that's it's quite impressive that they didn't get rolled. It's kind of funny in competitive. This is a game where you talk about, oh, you know, you can't even talk about draft, even though I do think FlyQuest's draft isn't very good. You can't even talk about draft because you lost in the first 10 minutes of the game. You know, how do you talk about draft when you're down 10k gold at 16 minutes? I mean, is it really draft issue? It's just completely a player issue. You know, you can't even have a real opinion. So I don't know exactly if they're going to change their draft or what they prioritize. I think they're going to switch sides because FlyQuest did have a preference for going blue side in the PCS match or the PSG match. Oh, 3-man shockwave. Oh god, okay, we're already past the time for Mad Lions, but we still might lose in 20 minutes. Oh god, we're actually losing in 20 minutes. Oh, we're getting speed run right now, actually losing in 20 minutes. They're trying to end. We like barely, oh my god. I can't believe we almost lost in the Mad Lions time. Actually lost in 17 minutes. It's so, that's really nuts. 17:30. 17:30 is so insane. Okay, we go for the first pick Nautilus. There's a lot of 80 carry bands though. There's Callista is going to be the matchup. I think T1's going to take Callista because they're going to get the counter pick on support, which is always stronger with Callista. Which means we're going to have Nasu on Varus again. They did okay the first game bot lane, but now they're going to play a hard, like now they're going to play a losing matchup, so it's going to be a lot more difficult. Playing against Callista is going to be hard. And they go for the Talia. Pretty much Callista is like always kind of poor against Talia because of the Earth, the unrivaled Earth, whatever the E ability is called, that stops her from being able to dash around. So I think it's a good takeaway. And then they'll probably go to Varus and then just match a Zir pick since Oriana's banned, and Zir Talia seems like the prime mid matchups this MSI. So they just go with the Sejuani. Sejuani also getting a lot of picks, a lot of prio in this meta so far. Seems okay. I mean, Sejuani's nice because if you have a tanky frontliner that has CC, like the early mid game becomes really fun, or really easy for you. You know, she just builds the Knight's Vow, 680 carry, follows them around. It's like an extra support with, you know, it's got the CC, got the tankiness. It's pretty nice. They banned the Rel, so we have like Ashe up, we have Thresh up, and they just perma lock the Ashe. Okay. I think FlyQuest like must lane swap. I don't know what the top pick's gonna be, but he's gonna get counter picked. So he's gonna get counter pick top, which means you have bot losing, top losing. Mid is even. I mean, Talia will have some prio depending on the reset, but most of Azir's kind of win con versus Talia is to get the ganks, because you do have the gank pressure with the shuffle. Gragas is just a very neutral lane. I don't know how it's gonna look in the lane swap, but Gragas is pretty like playmaky heavy, so maybe on a lower econ it can be fine. Plus Gragas is, he does have a ranged farming ability, so maybe you can get some farm when you lane swap. They go Cassante. I mean, just super solid draft from T1. I think just like the first game, they just played a draft that's clear win con, play for the Callista, super solid. FlyQuest comp, not the biggest fan. Unless Varus has some monster game, I don't really know exactly how they're going to kill Sejuani plus Cassante. And they need the lane swap, so we'll see. Maybe he will go attack speed, who knows. Alright, we get into the game, and immediately FlyQuest run stop because they need the lane swap. Now, I don't know, one of the things I was questioning when I saw these teams lane swap is how like much tech, you know, how much practice do they have in these scenarios? Do they have the counters? You know, are there go get vision in certain spots? That's really what I want to see. They push them out, they see them top. Okay, I mean, they see them top, like, do they match? They're running bottom, so maybe they don't care. It's kind of a mind game. I mean, FlyQuest obviously knows what they're doing, but it's kind of a mind game sometimes when you show, because they could just recall and run straight through bottom. I think it's better if you don't want to swap to not try to flip it and just stay bottom, because you can match eventually, and getting a bot lane lead through plates is really good. They push them out, but Inspired starts the camp really late.
Because we actually saw it yesterday.
Owner's already on the camp right now.
If you force the lane swap and then you don't push enemy jungle.
But they're getting it.
He just missed a body slam on
He needs to be wider.
Carry is mid.
He does. As Carrier roams
Wow.
into Jensen, there's the
That was a really smart gank.
He just came back to lane. He just walked
Damn, that was like really
but
smart.
as he gets poked out again,
Now they're like,
Jensen might get forced back
they're
up.
actually
It's
fighting
early.
this.
We get the
I don't know if they can win though.
And this is the best part about lane.
Jensen's not moving. They're just killing this guy for free. It kind of seems like T1's just kind of an int, but we'll see. They dive in. Oh, Faker's gonna die. Can Wukong just clean up? It's kind of close. No, holy shit, the damage from... Damn, the damage from Sejuani is kind of insane, and this is what I was talking about with the if people have a plan to deal with some of the invades or some of the level 1. Because I think that's extremely good for them. But that's definitely a win for T1, not only because they got the extra kill, but I think they... I mean, they get to have the Cassante just be top and lane against him. Oh, Weepo's already so chunked. I mean, if you're just farming, you know, 80 carry top versus your top laner, and then obviously they're gonna have Nautilus come bottom. I mean, it's always better to be the team that can actually hit the tower and get plates. Like, nobody cares if the 80 carry gets experience. So you gotta be happy for T1 here. Just being Cassante laning against Varus, that sounds so easy. So they're just gonna get free plates on bottom. Also scary, depending on how much they get chunked out, like, that's catastrophic. He might just recall. Wukong has to go top jungle here, because of the way the clear works, because they ended up invading them, right? So Owner's on the bot side of the map for a while. He has no camps to get. So if they get chunked at all bottom, it's just a free dive, and there's no TP. So they're kind of trapped right now. It's like they have to take a really shitty reset on bottom, or they just inevitably die. So they see the Wukong, and now immediately they're probably just thinking free dive bottom. I don't know if Inspired should just run there. I mean, he's kind of far, but...
Here we go. Permafrost, remember, is what you got to look for. Buso gets hit hard and doesn't even give it a chance to react. Double turret shot.
Why?
Well juggled.
They're just gonna get both.
The first kill now onto Wibbo, level 3, body slams in. He attempts, but Carrier kites it out.
Ooh, okay, he traded.
Doesn't survive. It's a
Why
small trade,
didn't
but remember, Guma's
I'm
got
surprised
time
that they
to
were
play
able
his
to
own
just do
TV,
that.
and he
Like
just
I thought they would
makes
trade immediately. I mean, they ended up trading 1 for 2, which is probably the best you can expect, but did they not have they must not have had body slam at the initial part. I thought they would at least kill the Sejuani. Weipo must not have body slam here. I thought he was gonna body slam him right now. Good play by T1. Insane to get both the kills on the Kalista, so now even if you match, now when you match, even though the Varus got experience lead top, I mean 2-0 Kalista with lethality, the Q-Max build, it's too much. So they go for the match. They're gonna match lanes right now. And I think if you're T1, you're in such a good spot. They're probably going to play for the grubs. And they're stacking top wave right now, so we'll see if they go for some type of dive play. They do have Talia level 6 very soon. They do get the dragon, but dragon doesn't matter at this point because you're losing the game so quickly. But T1, Faker's recalling. He canceled his recall. They are going to go to the top play. They are going to go for the top play. They need to go fast. They don't have any TP to help.
Dragon regeneration might help out FlyQuest. They're gonna get 4-person dove here.
Yeah, Inspired's really late. He ran all the way from pretty much Gromp.
Fake has the wall, but not needing it. Remember, Masu with the lockdown.
Chance is also not even coming. Masu has a good flash. Masu had a good flash. Okay, good that they didn't die on Masu. I think the trading is quite alright. I think both teams are pretty comfy with it because sadly Masu didn't get the kill. This is the problem with playing Wukong. Is the champ is just so slow. It's kind of like you don't have a jungler. Like it's kind of interesting. The way you should look at it is Wukong's kind of like the scaling champ, which is very weird because junglers are usually early game focused. But in this case, it's like Wukong's your scaling champ. You need to like play around Wukong and kind of like getting him ahead. Like you need your laners to help Wukong get ahead through like being able to get prio and like force team fights and objectives. And they're just gonna go back and dive top. And Inspired's just like nowhere to be seen. I don't know what the communication is, but they're just diving again. And they have TP on Gragas. He just needs the TP now. They're so far away from helping them. I think they're just gonna kill this guy. The TP is just so late, it doesn't even matter. Just such a late TP. Oh, Jensen's here. Wait, he got canceled on bottom. Okay, they could probably kill Owner. 1 for 1 again, but they did kill the AD carry. Oh jeez. I think they just have to run. Maybe they can kill Faker, but it's kind of close. And by close, I mean it's an absolute disaster, and the game is just insta over, man. what is FlyQuest doing? There is literally no counterplay to this that the ball lane can do, that Masu and Busio can do. This is entirely like not even Inspired's fault, but it's just like the biggest tilter. And there's just nothing you can do as the ball lane. It's almost entirely just Inspired, but to a degree, like Gragas could just TP sooner. I think Jensen did really well on the counterplay. If they had the TP, they might have been able to clean up too, and then losing your AD carry doesn't feel so bad. I don't know if they just have never. I don't know what makes them think that they're not going for the dive again. I know it's a little bit strange, or you know, it's pretty like off tempo to just dive and then dive again on the next wave. But this is D1 we're talking about, like, and they're playing Sejuani. He's probably thinking, oh, Sejuani has to do his bot camps, but dude, Sejuani doesn't give a fuck about no bot camps, man. I'm telling you right now, he does not care about bot camps. He still hasn't got to his bot jug in the last 3 minutes. All right, FlyQuest kind of in a bad spot. The goal of this game, just don't lose faster than you lost last game, that's for sure.
It's a burst damage build that is so good so early on, plus you have the most.
We'll see what I have. Inspired's looking for Faker now. They don't have any vision topside, so we just go straight for the dive. Might outplay. Good dodge on that. He's tanking the tower. Okay. And Busio is fighting the Raptors. What the fuck is he doing, bro? No.
He decided to go through the wardrobe.
Why is he on the Raptors?
Which, I mean, Guma just picks up another kill.
I think that Busio needs to be off Nautilus this tournament.
Crazy. Look at Carrier's poke damage.
I think I'm over the Nautilus. I saw it in the PSG series for Busio, and I don't know. I don't think it's it bad. It's interesting too because I thought Matsu was gonna have some trouble.
But, you know, first
He's gonna have some trouble this tournament because international tournament, you know,
with a Nautilus,
rookie player. But I think he's actually been the best performing member of FlyQuest. Like I think he's been quite good. I think Bwipo did well against the PSG team, but you kind of expect that. But Bwipo in this series it's been quite bad. I mean, he got kind of ran the first game, and then even in this game, like some of the decisions getting chunked out on bottom so they could dive you for free, not TPing instantly, even though like you have to TP at that time or else you just lose the game. Damn, good W. First tower. No, sorry, not first tower, but did you get the tower? They're gonna get the mid tower soon as well. And the Herald is up. I think if you're FlyQuest, you just fight the Herald and flip the game. It's better to try to win, because if you just give it up, it's probably game's over. Can he live? Inspired his ulti. But this is Cassante, and Cassante just does this. Cassante just does this because this champ's unbalanced. He doesn't even have to use Ghost, he just runs away. Yeah.
Flow one side of the map. They're gonna take a look here, but Faker's got friends on the way this time.
Oh, good flash.
But again, Carrier just sending him out. A reason why we respect this Ash pick for him.
They're not even heralding, they're getting tier 2 top. This is the thing, like, this whole I really dislike the way teams play these type of games. I mean, you're probably gonna lose like 90-ish% of the time unless you have some really strong win condition like Aurelion Soul scaling or Smolder scaling. You're probably just gonna auto lose these scenarios. But in my opinion, when this stuff is happening, going for these kills on side lanes just to like get a kill on a side lane, they don't even get the bot tower for that gank. You know, so what's even the point? What's even the point of doing these side lane kills if you're just gonna still like lose the map? Like, I'd rather just flip the game at an objective like I heralded earlier than to just kind of sit around and try to get like 1 or 2 consolation kills, and you know, just no realistic way that's gonna like be your win con. All right, T1's plan, just get the dragon, probably rotate, get the bot tower or get the mid tower with your herald. They can kind of choose. Either way, like once they get the mid tower or the bot tower, they'll just transition that into the other one, just because they'll be able to push out the lanes. They can Talia wall. So it looks like they're gonna do kind of like a demon shift. It's like a 4-1 shift here. Once they push out top all the way, they just have everybody go 4 bottom, and they're gonna have Cassante catch the mid wave, so they can get like, there's no counterplay of you know, enemy team pushing down mid. And now you can go 4 overload for a tower. Carry is like kind of in a weird spot. I don't know what he's going mid, but he's going mid even though they're kind of committing to this. Good arrow. Oh, I mean, Inspired's in such a weird spot. I mean, Inspired's in a weird spot there. Tough there. I don't know why Carry was all the way over there for the Ash arrow angle. I don't understand. I mean, this tower is dead for sure. Bwipo got interrupted. I think he just loses bunch. Yeah, a little bit different than what you normally see. That was a little interesting, but that's the idea. You just overload a side, take their vision, maybe you get a kill, maybe you just hit the tower. Pretty straightforward. They're gonna do the same thing mid or something very similar. They probably drop the Talia wall. They're gonna push out top. They're gonna go for the Talia ulti mid. This is the thing about Talia. This champ is really insane, just because once you start getting ahead, and it's not that hard to get ahead on Talia, just being able to wall people off, you have a most guaranteed way of hitting towers in the mid game, and that's usually how you get stalled out. Will he die here? Faker's not dropping any spells. He doesn't have the E actually, so if he had either, he would have killed him. If Faker's looking like he's pretty dead, this fight's really split up. Maybe a comeback angle for FlyQuest. They still have the R on the Inspired. No, he uses it. Okay, they might be 3v5'd here. Carry is like farming wolves or something, but they're doing a lot of damage. Can they kill Zeus? No. Jensen needed to flash, I think. I think it's worth getting the kill. Nope. Whipple killed himself. He looks pretty dead. Even the good play goes back. Dude, what the fuck is he doing? Holy shit, how did he kill him? Wow, I gotta see the Wukong items. That was kind of insane how much damage he did.
I like it. Keep that act.
Is T1 Barley not the best in the world at this 2v2? I don't know why they just let them play Ashe. They banned Rel and Rumble. I feel like you'd probably be more comfortable playing against Rel, especially since you probably have more experience playing against like Rel than you do Ashe Kalista, especially at this caliber of play. That was kind of a smart play. They initially went top. Dragon is spawning. Instead of deploying for the dragon, they run all the way top side, get control, let Faker push out, then run all the way from top to bottom and get the dragon. So that way that FlyQuest can't do the counterplay that most teams would do, which was go for the top tower to try to get the bounty. So actually really smart play. A lot of teams just go straight to dragon, kill dragon, and the enemy team gets Baron Vision plus top tower. So I think smart. I mean, small thing, but you know, you can kind of use that for other games as well, even when you're not winning this hard. And they're probably just gonna rip the Baron soon. Gotta pull this whenever. I think they just win every fight. Lucio misses his Q onto the wall, so he's gonna get his ass whipped. He probably just needs a flash, yeah. Wow, he almost dies anyways. They're pinging Baron like crazy. I think they're just gonna go for it. He does have the flank right now. Casante's kind of playing bodyguard mid lane. Okay, it's not really a flank because everyone's coming from the same side. I don't know if they see him though. Okay, he's gonna carry, but does he have the ulti? Yeah. Is he gonna live? Does he have flash? Oh, he doesn't have flash. I mean, Masu's not even close. Lucio's a base. It's basically like a 2v5 there. Faker going in for the kill. Faker's in the fucking middle of nowhere. What is he doing? He has flash. Okay, nice engage by Faker. Oh my god, Carry almost died.
Ran in for a bit of burst himself and almost dies, but
I don't know what Faker's doing. He's playing for fun, I think. I think T1's partially trolling. Jensen's like, well, okay. Flash for flash was good. Arrows are on point this game. I don't know why you would leave up Ashe, bro. Like, why do you let him play Ashe? He's like so good at Ashe.
With this win, that is absolute monster of a finisher here. In less than 50 minutes so far.
There's not really much they can do. The other thing too is the Varus is lethality, so Zeus is kind of unkillable. Going for Faker. I don't think he has Zonia's. No flash either. Yumiyoshi fucking obliterates Jensen. Nice arrow. Big Smithy ulti.
It doesn't matter. Watch Guma's damage as he cleaves through the guy from BioShock.
And that should be probably it. Inspired goes in, kills himself maybe. Zeus going super hard. Owners try to solo Bolo as support. He does too. Alright. Inspired versus the world here. They only have 10 seconds on Lucio because he's such low level. His recall is so fast. Or his resurrection is so fast because he's level 9.
At MSI, Zeus goes for another one here on Inspired. Inspired bonks him on the head though.
Come back. Oh my goodness, that damage is disgusting. Jensen's up too. Oh my god, I don't think I've seen so much damage from my Callisto before. His Q is like, it's like Barrett's Q almost. Team kill, right? Alright, well, and I tried. Hey, we did 10 minutes better than the last game, so what can you expect?